how do you open the lens?
There's a little switch on the side. Right there.
That, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We're on our way to Everett's Grocery on 38th Street.
Food is the most accessible part of any culture. This makes restaurants the front line of cultural exchange between immigrant groups and native-born populations.
I would say food is a medium for cultural exchange in as much as if you get, for example, a first-generation ethnic restaurant. Could be any ethnicity. We could be talking Southeast Asian, we could be talking European, African, you name it. You kind of have two things going on.
Chorizo and lingonberries. We always use lingonberries at Thanksgiving. That's a real Swedish thing.
You've got people making food and drink that really resonates with other people from the part of the world that they're from. So you're kind of building an ethnic community, but you're also creating a portal to people from any community to kind of come in and experience the hospitality, experience the food, experience to some extent the customs and the culture of that country. So every ethnic restaurant to some extent is like almost like an embassy. It's like a cultural presence in society.
Everett's has been in my neighborhood for 60 years, and it's still owned by the same guy who bought it in 1956. When the business first started, Scandinavian culture was still very present in Minneapolis, but as Scandinavian immigrants began to move away and assimilate, Everett stayed and changed with the city. This store is almost like a history of South Minneapolis. They sell Swedish food, German food, Polish food, Italian food, Mexican food, Oromo food, Somali food, and more.
Here, so you can get like sambusas and pierogies.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if this is the only store on Earth where sambusas and lingonberries are kept in the same freezer.
Today we're on our way to check out a Bright Moon Coffee House. They call it a coffee house, but really you go there for the tea. They sell this delicious spicy Somali tea.
Spices, different spices, they grind it, and actually the cinnamon and ginger and black pepper and all that. But the way we cook the tea is different from the ways the other people cook. We put everything together and just keep that and boil it. When it comes, ready, then we took it and put it in another containers. So the whole thing get cooked together, So that's why it comes concentrated and different and it tastes nice. It's a traditional.
Osman Ali has owned the restaurant since 2009, before which he operated it as a catering company. But he does a lot more than just run Bright Moon. He's also the founder and executive director of the Somali Museum of Minnesota, and frequently speaks at local high schools to bring Somali culture to a wider audience.
I'm the founder for the Somali Museum. And South High School, they come a lot to the museum as a group, like 60, 70 one time. They walk, and one time they had a lunch here. All of them, 70 people.
Dang.
From kids from the museum to the restaurant.
It's really good.
Is it like super hot?
No, it's not that hot.
Good though.
That's not bad. I'm not a tea fan. That's not bad at all.
And the owner, but I don't cook, but it's a family business.
Yeah.
My brother is here, my kids. We are all working and helping the employee. And especially we have a lot of customers from South High School come and buy the tea. We sell the camel meat. And because Somalia, they have a lot of camel.
It's good, right?
That's 80% of the Somalis, that's what they eat.
Midtown Global Market is a place located on Lake Street where many different cultures can join and share a space to exchange food, clothing, art, and other goods with each other and the community. We talked with Lorenzo Ariza, the founder of Salsa a la Salsa, to learn more about what it takes to manage a busy restaurant in the center of the Minneapolis food world.
I moved from Mexico when I was 18 years old in 1972. And the thing to do was to work in restaurants. That was what's available. So I started washing dishes and cleaning, doing the floors, and that's how I started in the restaurant business. And then I learned to cook, and then I learned to cook different cuisines. I learned to cook French, Italian, Chinese, Jewish food, and continental food. That's interesting because I had a problem, which was that I couldn't get along with people very well. So it was hard for me to ask for help or support or work together with other people. Because of that, if I felt frustrated, I would just find another job. That's how I ended up from one job to another, and then different restaurants, different kinds of cooking. And Mexican is, my culture, so it was easy for me to, my interest was to open a Mexican restaurant.
Lorenzo Ariza has worked in the restaurant business his whole life, but while living in Minneapolis, he discovered his second passion, art.
People were commenting that, what I did was like a piece of art, the way they look. So when I was 38, I took drawing class, art class. So before that, art was out of my life. But then I took this class and I liked it, a drawing class. And then I did some nice pieces, I guess, and then he encouraged me to take more. So I took more drawing classes, painting, oil painting, I took design, I took life drawing, I took sculpture, life sculpture, and I took a couple of art history classes, because I didn't know who Michelangelo was. So that was changing for that was very a shift on my perception of the world. So this piece is mine.
Oh, this?
Yeah, we made it small.
Yeah.
When you go to an ethnic restaurant here in Minneapolis, you are greeted with hospitality and delicious authentic food for very reasonable prices. Many of these restaurants are in immigrant communities, which allows the residents of the communities to have access to cheap, familiar food and maintain a cultural connection with their homeland.
Where are they selling cheesecake for $2?
They're right up there.
Right up there?
For $3, I think. Or no, $2.
Like
yeah.
a big cheesecake?
No, just like a slice. But it's a pretty big slice. Yeah.
Actually, instead of that, you should get cheesecake.
You want me to get I can do a cheesesteak, yeah.